most interesting people, executives, professionals, and today's most notable experts share their wealth of knowledge and vast experience with us live. Listen and learn in depth directly from today's leaders and tomorrow's highest climbers. Spotlight Radio shines on the people that you want to hear every day, on demand and in real time on SpotlightRadio.com. The world's most fascinating people are right here on Spotlight Radio.
Welcome to Spotlight Radio. I'm your host, Jessica Stern. Today we are proud to put the spotlight on Cameo Pulver. Cameo, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you. Cameo Pulver is the managing member at Access First Insurance, LLC, based in Eagle, Idaho. So tell us, Cameo, what's the value of an independent agent?
Well, everyone needs insurance, but not everyone thinks of working with their own independent insurance agent. What we see instead are people that look up information on the insurance companies they know through television commercials, insurance companies that they are recommended by friends and family. However, choosing an insurance company in this manner is very limiting. Your friends' policies may be right for them, but there may be things missing that you consider vital. And just because your parents have been with the same insurance carrier for the last 30 years, it doesn't mean that they will be able to offer that same best deal to you. And even those who advertise that they allow you to get a quote for competing agencies will still limit you to just a handful of options like Allstate, State Farm, and Farmers. And they will try to get you to choose their company because of a specific bias, obviously. Also, I wanted to mention that we are a local independent agency. We have national strength. We bring personal touch and presence, along with strength and capacity of some of the country's largest insurance carriers through our membership with SIAA. And SIAA is a Strategic Independent Agency Alliance. By working with an independent insurance agent, such as those who work for Access First, you can get a quote from not only the large, well-known carriers like MetLife, Safeco Travelers, Dairyland, but also more obscure companies that you may not know. That would be like Viking Insurance. As an independent agency, we don't owe anything to any of those carriers. So our motivation and priorities are completely centered around getting you the best possible coverage.
Wonderful. And how will technology affect the insurance industry's future?
Well, within the next 3 to 5 years, almost all of us will have smartphones or tablets. And more often, we want to manage everything we do from our mobile devices. Most people who don't already will most likely have to follow suit sometime in the future. A lot of the insurance industry is already heading in that direction to meet the needs of how its consumers want to be serviced. Many of the insurance carriers already provide all types of online and mobile device services. Just to give you an example, one would be using your cell phone to pull up an ID card. Say you get pulled over by a cop and you don't have your updated ID cards in your car, well, you can just pull it up on your cell phone. Another example would be using your phone to track where you are in a claims process. The insured will be able to see things like what the adjuster has done with the assessed damage to your vehicle and when the body shop has finished the repairs. Big data will also largely drive how rates for premiums are determined in the future. Everything is based off statistics more than ever. We'll also see more and more devices that actually plug into your car. Progressive actually has one of them. It's called the Snapshot device, and it rewards safe drivers for good habits like accelerating rapidly or brake hard frequently. Insurance carriers will also be able to more accurately track things like location and mileage and levels of traffic congestion. And I also wanted to say that, with the text messaging to your phones, some of our carriers are already sending notices to our clients saying, hey, your bill is due.
Wonderful. And when it comes to social media, how will social media affect the future of insurance, speaking of new technologies?
Well, I know it sounds weird, but it's really important for insurance agents to have lots of Internet friends. The online world of social media holds so much potential for communication, marketing, and even relationship and trust-building activities. The truth is, I don't see myself as an insurance agent. I see myself as a relationship builder. Yes, the beginning of these relationships are usually built through the computer or over the phone, but I hope with my clients that it just doesn't stay there. We try to sit face-to-face with all of our clients, even when our initial contact is over the phone. Having the online presence is vitally important because it helps to establish the credibility. And then once the consumer knows that I'm legit, that's when they're willing to come into the agency and meet me and my staff. And yeah, they want to meet me on a computer first a lot of the times, but they still want a living, breathing human being who cares about their insurance policy as their best interest at heart. And then plus social media I find it's fun. And the insurance industry, as we know it, is kind of old and boring. Social media is a great platform for us as insurance agents to post insightful, useful information, even when it's not directly related to the insurance industry.
Wonderful. And tell us about why is life insurance important to buy whether you are younger or older?
Well, one misconception about life insurance is that it's only for people that are getting older, but that's not true. I can see why young people think that though, because when we are in our 20s and 30s, a lot of us seem like death is so far away. However, there are many good reasons for buying life insurance when you're younger. One is it's cheap. When you're younger versus when you're older. Many young people help support their families nowadays, siblings or relatives who depend on part of, your income. And many young people are married and they own homes. And who's going to cover your mortgage or keep your spouse in school once you are deceased? You would also want to give your spouse time to grieve your death without having to constantly worry about finances too. Money can't bring people back to life, but it can provide a nice cushion for your loved ones to help them move forward in life. And then also term life insurance policies are very affordable for young and healthy individuals. And life insurance really is the best gift for the people who matter most to you. I always felt like buying life insurance is truly an expression of your love to your family. It tells the people closest to you that you love them so much that you have made plans to take care of them financially, even after you're gone.
That's a great point. We're about to pause here to take a short commercial break, but for our listeners, stay tuned with us. When we get back, we will have more from Cameo Pulver, the managing member at Access First Insurance, LLC, based in Idaho. And we'll go into some examples of claims people think should be covered, but may often be denied. So, time for a short commercial break. We will be right back with Cameo Pulver after these messages.
As a teacher, I've discovered that whenever I need assistance in teaching my students who are either way ahead or way behind their age peers in their learning needs, I go directly to the books and materials of Susan Weinbrenner. As a seasoned author and consultant, she's helped thousands of teachers help their students in ways that are user-friendly and completely manageable in mixed-ability classrooms. Parents of children with exceptional learning needs also appreciate her practical suggestions to use at home and to share with their child's teachers. Susan's materials are described on her website at www.susanweinbrenner.com. That's spelled WINEBRENNER. Her Speakers Bureau provides professional development opportunities that greatly appeal to educators, since they describe strategies that are very user-friendly and easy to implement, as well as cluster grouping, an important paradigm shift in the delivery of gifted education services to become part of the regular classroom at very little cost to the district. For more information on how the new Cluster Grouping Consortium can help your district, email Susan Weinbrenner directly at skywine76@gmail.com for education consulting service.
Is your medical facility and medical equipment all accredited? Doctors and hospital administrators know that medical facilities need successful accreditation, and insurance companies only work with accredited facilities. So don't waste another minute. Go to www.therapyphysics.com for equipment evaluation, shielding design, and radiation safety training for both diagnostic imaging and radiation therapy healthcare organizations. Medical physics services for accreditation provided by Therapy Physics Incorporated have a 99% pass rate on the first submission and meet or exceed requirements for accreditation and regulatory compliance. So contact Therapy Physics Incorporated by visiting www.therapyphysics.com today. Spotlight Radio, the best place to promote your business. We are the only social media marketing firm with real radio shows advertising your business.
When it comes to your business, a Spotlight Radio interview is the most innovative and personal advantage on marketing and networking.
Spotlight Radio can do it all. We create professional press releases to advertise your company online so clients can easily find you, displaying your services and credentials.
Spotlight Radio also presents awards, plaques, corporate directories, and the most high-end professional radio commercials.
So shine the spotlight on your business today. Call 631-589-6000 to become an elite member of Spotlight Radio.
Remember, it's all in who you know. Call 631-589-6000 today. And we are back with Spotlight Radio guest Cameo Pulver, the managing member at Access First Insurance, LLC, based in Idaho. So Cameo, tell us a bit about what are some examples of claims that people think should be covered but may often be denied?
Well, insureds have a tendency to think that if you're on vacation and they rent a car, it's automatically covered by their auto insurance company. But this is not true. Most insurance carriers won't extend coverage when you travel internationally, and especially in Mexico. So it's really important to purchase both the liability and physical damage coverage limits from the rental car company. Everyone should always check with their agent first to see what, if any, coverage extends from their personal auto policy to the vehicle they are renting. And I just also want to state another thing is we have one carrier out of all our carriers that actually will extend coverage for the car when it's at the doctor's office getting fixed. That rental company is losing money on that car because it's at the doctor's office. And the insurance companies won't pay while it's in the shop, getting fixed. That would come from the client themselves. They would have to pay whatever the cost is to rent that car every day. And what if that car is in there for 30 days at, $50 a day or $20 a day? Well, that's going to hurt your pocket. And we do have one carrier that actually has that coverage, but most companies out there don't. The other thing is two other important auto coverages you may need are loan lease gap coverage and replacement cost coverage. When you buy a new car, it greatly depreciates in value the second you drive it off that lot. So if you get into an accident not long after you purchase the vehicle, there's a really good chance you will owe more to the finance or lease company than what that car is really worth, because insurance carriers will pay out for an auto claim on an actual cash value basis, not replacement cost. So that loan lease gap coverage can help prevent that by paying the rest of the balance off. Another important coverage to have on the new cars that are less than 1 or 2 years old is that replacement cost coverage. And basically this means if you're involved in an accident within 1 or 2 year period, depending on an insurance carrier and their auto package that you select, your insurance carrier will pay out for the replacement of the same vehicle with the same year, make, model, instead of just the actual cash value of your car at that time of the accident. And then for homeowner policies, most people don't realize that they are not covered for flood or earthquakes. Those policies have to be purchased separately. Most of the companies, not all of them, will allow you to endorse earthquake, but flood policies are completely separate. And I wanted to say something here that's really important because a lot of people don't understand this is if there's rain that comes down from the sky, hits your roof, and then there's a leak inside the home, that would be like a covered claim. But if it's raining and that rain hits the ground, automatically that's not covered on your homeowner policy. That's now considered groundwater, and that's covered under a flood policy. And a lot of people don't know that. It's also important to make sure your home is written on a special form. See, they've got basic, broad, and special. I never write anybody on the basic and the broad. I always use the special form because it includes replacement costs for both the dwelling and contents. That way, if a big loss occurs, the insurance company will give you brand new year, make, model of similar kinds and quality for your dwelling and your personal property instead of the depreciated market value for them. Also, if you own high-value items, such as art, jewelry, furs, guns, and collectibles, they may need to be separately scheduled on your homeowner's policy. Otherwise, there's a good chance the insurance carrier could deny the claim depending on the value of the item. And so having this enhanced coverage that schedules those items on your homeowner's policies can prevent this from happening and help ensure you get the full value for your cherishable goods. And then two other homeowner policy coverages that are important to have are water and sewer backup and identity theft. These types of claims happen all the time. We see them in our agency and are often not included on homeowner policies because they're not automatically on there. The agent actually has to endorse those. And then these enhanced coverages might add more to your premium, but I think they're vitally important to have.
That's a great point. And what would you say are some of the most common issues that your clients bring to you to solve?
Common issues. Oh, that's a good question. Common issues. I'm drawing a blank here. A common issue.
That's okay.
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Oh my goodness. How embarrassing.
It's okay. Tell us a bit about your relationship with your clients. Is it ongoing?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a very deep relationship with a lot of my clients. I'll call them up. I know several of them, are new to the area. Maybe we see a lot of people coming in from California. They don't know what Idaho has to offer. And so I'll call them up and say, hey, there's a wine festival coming up. Would you like to go? I'll have clients who the other day said, I know that you were telling me that you have a son that is a mechanical engineer, and we really need a mechanical engineer. So by forming those relationships on an individual basis outside of the office, I'm, being asked to help somebody that's looking for a job, but also being able to do fun things and share what I enjoy in my own personal life. So, yeah, I'm very connected with my clients.
Wonderful. And speaking of being connected, tell us a bit about the community. I understand the community like Boise and the rest of Treasure Valley is very progressive and diverse.
It is. The Boise Valley is extremely diverse. We've got, age, gender, ethnicity, religion. I mean, we've got people from all over the world coming in. One of the things I really love about Boise is back when I was 23, I'm now 44, we had like 250,000 people, and now we've got like 650,000 people here. It's a city, but you don't feel like it's a large city where there's a lot of crime, because it's not. So having the age and gender and ethnicity, religion, all that, this means I get to meet different types of interesting people all the time. The community here is really active, and there are always different types of cheap or free events going on here in Eagle, the Boise and Meridian area. One group I'm a part of is called NARP, and that means the National Association of Realty Property Managers. And I get to connect with those property managers who, are getting these tenants in their homes or their apartments, and they want to protect the client who owns the home and is renting it out, but they also want to protect the renter. The other group that I'm a part of is BNI. It's a business networking group. They're amazing. Crew, which focuses on developers. And then I'm also part of the Business League in the local impact zone. One thing I like about being a local impact zone is you don't have to be an insurance agent, just a business owner. And you can meet with other business owners in the community, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. So if you're a business owner and you're looking to save some money but get your face out there, it's a great chapter to be a part of. I'm also a volunteer speaker for MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. I'm very passionate about that. And I'm also a vendor for the Vocational Rehab, which is a state-run agency that helps people who are challenged or disabled in some way, and if they don't have the resources to pay for their own insurance, Voc Rehab will go ahead and pay for the insurance, and I'm one of their vendors.
Wonderful. And tell us a bit more about some of the fun events coming up and the future of your company.
Well, we have the NARP program actually has an event that's being held next month. It's I can't even remember the date. I wish I would have had that. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and put up a booth. A lot of our carriers that we represent, they're going to be sponsoring that event. They're going to be providing a lot of awesome gifts to our clients, some of them mini iPads, which are really cool, and money. We also make sure that we let people know that we're a part of MAD, and we give them MAD information, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. So we're constantly out there trying to support the community in having those types of events, but definitely one's coming up in the next month. Other than that, I do have a BNI Network social event that everybody's invited to. It's a big party that's going to be happening at one of my insured's houses. And there's a pool out there, lots of food. We're going to learn how to make beer. It's just going to be fun.
Wonderful. And before our program unfortunately comes to a close, what's the best way for listeners to reach out and get in touch with you?
Well, my phone number is 854-3621. You can also find me on the internet at accessfirstllc.com. We also have a Facebook page, and we're on LinkedIn and Twitter.
So again, for listeners to reach out and get in touch with Cameo Pulver, the managing member at Access First Insurance, LLC, based in Eagle, Idaho. Definitely check out the gorgeous site, www.accessfirstllc.com, spelled correctly, ACCESS, First, FIRST, LLC.com. You can also email her directly, Cameo at accessfirstllc.com, spelled correctly, CAMEO at access, ACCESS, First, FIRST, LLC.com. That's Cameo at accessfirstllc.com, or you can even call the office, 208-854-36 3621. Again, 208-854-3621. And Cameo, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the program.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. And you've been listening to Spotlight Radio with special guest Cameo Pulver. Tune in every day to hear from the most interesting people on SpotlightRadio.com.